is Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. Words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I trust that you will consider this like a vitamin or a supplement for your heart and mind. And wherever you receive podcasts, would you please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom and leave a rating and a brief written review? This will help others to be able to locate this podcast. And I would love to have a conversation with you to listen to your dreams and see if I can come alongside and be of any assistance to you. Just go to drronblake.com/call. You'll get on my calendar and I'll give you a call and I'll see what the possibilities are. I want to talk about a conspiracy theory. You don't have to listen to too many people talk or too many news reports in the world today to realize there are a lot of people who are deep into conspiracy theories. I want to ask you a question. I want you to answer it. Do you think that everyone and everything is out to get you? Or do you believe that the world is conspiring to bless and to help and to encourage you and to help you become successful at whatever you're doing? I meet people all the time who believe they never get the breaks. Someone else always gets the breaks. Everyone's against them. Their parents didn't assist them. Their school teachers weren't helpful. Their pastors weren't helpful. Their neighbors didn't care for them. No one in college believed in them. The neighbors don't like them. And therefore, you really can't hold me to too much because, after all, everyone is out to get you. I came across a word that is sort of a newly coined word. You may not even be able to find it in dictionary.com, and that expresses these opposite opinions. We all pretty much know about paranoia and paranoids who feel like everyone is out to get them. Well, there's another word, pronoia, which is a kind of a created word that means the opposite of paranoid. In other words, everyone is conspiring to help me. Now, whether you believe in God, the universe, whatever, that everything is working out for my advantage. Someone said, which is true? Let me give you some real interesting information. Whichever one you believe will become a self-fulfilling prophecy in your life. If you think everyone's out to get you and everyone wants you to fail, then sure enough, that's probably exactly what the world will look like to you. But if you feel like that there are those just waiting to come alongside and to encourage you and to bless you and help you, then that also will become your reality. I want you to know I believe in you, and I think you will make it, and I think you will find the resources, you will find the time, you will create the time, you will find the opportunities. I have about 4 statements or questions that I want to make about this subject of what is your leadership conspiracy theory? Out to get you or out to help you? The first thing that I want you to understand is you see and I see pretty much what we've trained ourselves to see. In essence, if you think that everyone's out to get you, then that's exactly what you're going to see. You are going to see that no one helps you. You never get the breaks. The breaks always go to someone else. You're not good looking enough. You're not smart enough. You're not athletic enough. No one ever comes alongside to help you. And if that is your worldview, then the world will look just exactly like that. But stop for a moment and think, right now, at this very moment, you are exactly where you are because a host of people have come along and helped you. Someone in your childhood who believed in you. For many of us, it was a relative, but maybe that was not your experience, but it was a school teacher who perhaps when no one else saw anything in you valuable, they saw something valuable. Maybe it was a mentor, a pastor, a Sunday school teacher, someone in the neighborhood who took a liking to you and poured their life into you and did their best to be an encouragement. Just think of all of the people in your life who have come along at strategic times and have made a difference in your world. None of us are self-made. There's no such thing as a self-made woman or man. We've all had a lot of help and a lot of assistance. Now, I'm a person of faith, so I believe that God has even conspired to help me. Does it mean I've never had a difficulty? Absolutely not. Does it mean that I've had disappointments? I've had my fair share. I've done and said dumb things. Things that I thought would work out did not work out. But overall, you pretty much see the world as you have allowed yourself to be trained. Number two, second thing I want to say, at times we are our own saboteurs. We sabotage ourselves with this stinking thinking, the world's out to get me, everyone is against me. Have you ever just stopped to reflect on the subject that you and I often are the ones who are holding ourselves back? If we look down at our hands, the one who's holding us back is ourselves. And it's almost unconsciously, or subconsciously rather, when we feel like we're on the verge of a success or on the verge of getting out of our comfort zone and stretching and trying something new, that we oftentimes undermine ourselves, sabotage ourselves. And so I want you to reflect, not only are you where you are today because you are there because you have trained yourself to think that way, but have you sabotaged yourself lately? Have you done something to hold yourself back? And then oftentimes what happens is we look for someone to point the finger at and to blame. Perhaps the best thing to do today is to go get a mirror, look into it, and you may in fact see the person who is most responsible for holding you back. The third thing that I want to look at today is a series of questions. What am I going to do? Maybe I have for quite a while trained myself to see the world in a rather negative way. Yes, you may be right, Dr. Ron. I have sabotaged myself, and I am the one mainly responsible for holding myself back. What am I going to do? How can I change it? What do I need to do? Now, because I'm a person of faith, I'm going to put it in here first. If you don't want to receive that, that's between you and your conscience. I think we need a dose and belief in God. It helps me to understand that I'm not here alone, that I was created, endowed with my Creator, and that there is a God in heaven and that He cares about me. I think that can be one of the greatest tools for giving yourself this idea of, I'm not here by accident, everyone is not against me. I think the second thing that you need to do is to believe in others. Most of us have become exceedingly jaded and skeptical of everyone and everything. And how can we be faulted much for that? We live in a world where those who have been in positions of trust have failed at times and have failed miserably. Those who should have been protecting people misused and did not protect people. I get that, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't be cautious, but believe in others. Believe in your spouse. Believe in your children. Believe in your parents. Believe in the people you work with. Believe in your friends. All of us do better when we are surrounded by people who actually absolutely believe in us. And maybe one of the ways that you can retrain yourself is to, instead of saying to yourself, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, I'm waiting for this person to fail me and disappoint me, if you started believing in others. The third one, start believing in yourself. If you want to change your mindset, you have to start with you. Now, you know yourself better than anyone else. As much as I don't want you to lie about others, don't lie to yourself. Give yourself an honest appraisal. But you can change. One of the greatest things that happens in the world is anyone can change their life and their circumstance if they'll just change their thinking. You're the only you there's ever going to be. No one in the whole wide world has the attributes and the skills and the background that you have. We need you, and we need you fully conscious, fully aware, and mostly fully engaged. We need you to make a difference in your life. I think the next thing under this, what can I do to change my mindset and the way I think and the way I operate, is why don't you begin every day to practice an act of random kindness? I see people putting up signs, just be kind, but unfortunately, oftentimes, there are caveats to our kindness. We're only kind to those who think like us, those who are from our tribe, those who agree with us politically. I think if we're going to really practice kindness, we need to practice it with people who don't have the same faith we have, who don't have the same viewpoint, worldview, politically, any other way. Just find some way today to engage with someone and be kind. Whether it's something as simple as smiling, opening a door, speaking to someone, seeing someone struggling with something and coming alongside and offering a hand. If you want to change your view of life and yourself and your circumstance, get your eyes off yourself and start practicing kindness with others. Let me give you one more. I could go on this, but what else can we do to change our mindset, especially if we're stuck, especially if we think everyone and everything is against us? Stop making excuses. Rather than making excuses, let's just take responsibility. It's okay to fail. It's okay to say stupid things. I have nearly a PhD in saying and doing stupid things. It's okay. Own it. If you need to ask forgiveness, if you need to tell someone you're sorry, go for it. But stop making excuses. Take responsibility for your life. Doing a few of those things will indeed help you and your mindset. There are some laws in our universe that you should remember is the last thing that I want to talk about. There's this law of sowing and reaping. It's found in the Bible that we reap what we sow. If you want to be a kind person, then you better start sowing seeds of kindness. If you want to reap generosity, then you better be a generous person. It's as much a part of the law of the universe as is the law of gravity. There is this idea in the world of the law of reciprocity, meaning if I do something for you, that person is more likely to do something for me. But what I want you to really focus on, let's get our eyes off ourselves and begin to think, who can I come alongside of, and who can I assist, and who can I help? It was Oswald Sanders who first said it, and it is John Maxwell who has made a living out of it, that everything rises and falls on leadership. Rather than, if you are a leader looking for someone to blame, just point the finger at yourself. The reason we as leaders need to improve, need to constantly be expanding our horizons, need to be learning and leading the charges in our families, our homes, our neighborhoods, our churches, our businesses. Everything is going to rise and fall on the level of our leadership, the impact and the input that we make. And I've already alluded to the last one that I want to talk about, but that is you can change your life today if you just change your attitude. It's an inside job. Change your thinking. Think good thoughts. Fill your mind with inspirational, positive literature so that tomorrow when you're ready to re-engage with the world, you will be re-engaged to make a positive difference. You've been listening to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom, words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I trust that today this has been like a vitamin or a mineral for your heart and mind. And wherever you receive podcasts, my friends, would you please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom? leave a rating and a brief written review. If you'd like to get on my calendar, go to drronblake.com/call. I'd like to come alongside and encourage you and help you. You are going to make a difference. Let's see if I can come alongside and help you. Again, my leadership friend, remember, you are doing better than you think you are. You really are. And until next time, this is Dr. Ron saying, have a great and blessed day.